Are you performing at the right leadership level? Are your team members performing at the right leadership level, the level appropriate for them? Let's find out. Hi, I'm Christine Comaford from Smart Tribes Institute, and I'm a leadership and culture coach. And what I want to talk to you today about is what we call leadership levels. And leadership, yes, we have certain leadership skills and we have certain job skills, but there is a large chunk, if you will, of leadership is really how we choose to show up. And we choose to show up on the days when it's not convenient. We choose to really show up and bring our A game when we don't always feel like it. And we find, and our clients love it, when we have different levels, then we can actually intentionally choose how we want to show up. Before I forget, be sure to put your leadership or culture or executive coaching type question in the comments below, and please subscribe to our channel so you can make sure that you find out about all of our cool resources and videos. So let's talk about leadership levels. So several of our clients find it really helpful to have these numbered levels, and I'll go over them in just a sec. And what's cool is that when you have this planned, codified, if you will, it's really helpful to then let people choose how they want to show up, right? And also it normalizes the conversation about how somebody's showing up. It's not so weird, you know? People know what number they're showing up at. So let's go through them, 1 through 9. These are based on the initial 4 levels from William Onken and his 5 levels of freedom. We prefer to call them leadership levels because that makes more sense to the employee. And then some companies like to add additional ones. So just see how this works for you. So level 1 is wait to be told. This person is leading themselves, right? They're waiting for someone to tell them what to do. That's level 1. Level 2, ask what to do. And let me just say, there's nothing wrong with these levels. If you are, I don't know, a barista at a coffee shop, maybe it makes sense to be at level 1 to wait to be told. You're waiting for someone to give you their order. So no disrespect to any of these levels. It's just what level is appropriate for the role in your organization, and then also what level does the person want to step into. So level 1, wait to be told. Level 2, ask what to do. Level 3, recommend, then act. See, we're seeing more initiative. Still leading self. Level 4, act and report immediately. Okay, good. Still leading self. Now we're moving into leading others. Level 5, planning, accountability, quality. Communication is consistently at very good or excellent. That means this person doesn't need to be reminded to act and report routinely. It's in their DNA. They don't need to be reminded to show up. They've internalized this. Okay, so now we're in the leading others category. Level 6, powerfully, consistently lead others internally in your organization. Level 7, powerfully, consistently influence, enroll, engage, align internally and externally. Cool. So this person now is helping us start to lead the business out in the world. Level 8, strategize, manage, guide change at the organization, at the team, at the individual levels. And then level 9, create optimal teams yielding consistently remarkable results, both internally and externally. So we start to see the difference in these different levels. And what's kind of cool, and I want us to think about, is the world changes at level 5. Right? The world changes at level 5 because that's when someone is moving from acting and reporting consistently to actually stepping in to lead others. So let's unpack levels 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but I want to go to 5 because our clients find that this makes all the difference. So level 5, as I mentioned, is where planning, accountability, quality of work, and communication is right there. So what our clients find is really helpful is to take each of those 4 subsections, if you will, of level 5 and rank them 1 to 5. And to be at level 5, you need to have an average of 4 or greater. So if you're 3 on quality of work, wow, you better have 5 on communication to even it out. So planning, right? Levels 1 through 5, and 1 is where it's poor, this isn't working, etc. Level 2, it's fair, you know, plans inconsistently, needs to improve and learn how others can count on them because they're not 100% reliable to see into the future. They're pretty tactical at this point. Level 3, if you will, within leadership level 5, 3, a ranking of 3 for planning is adequate, needs to work on consistency. Level 4 is owns it, plans it, looks into the future, makes sure that we're totally ready for it. This person should be cultivated to the next level. Okay, level 5, excellent. This person is ready to be promoted or to expand their responsibilities. Let's talk about accountability. Number 1 is poor, doesn't deliver at a level that's useful, right? We have a major disconnect here. We need to put them in a new role. They do not belong at leadership level 5. 2, fair, right? Inconsistently, needs to improve so that we don't slide downward, because if we're at levels 1, 2, or 3, we have to really intentionally get that person excited about moving up, because otherwise they're not serving the organization at the level that we need. 3, adequate, needs to work on consistency without reminders, raising the bar on keeping their commitments, really seeing themselves as reliable and being seen by others as reliable. Number 4, very good, owns it most of the time, is a true asset, is worth investing in. And then 5, of course, ready to promote, ready to expand. Quality, number 1, if they're at 1 for quality, they are not in the right role. If they're at 2, it's fair, right? Inconsistent quality requires others to either fix their work or remind them, right, of the spec that they agreed to. Level 3, if you will, adequate, right, needs to work on consistently meeting the spec without reminders, raising the bar in their quality of work. Because if we delegate something and we have a clear spec and the person chooses not to follow it, what's that about, right? 4, owns it, meeting the spec most of the time, true asset, worth investing in. And then, of course, 5, excellent. So communication is the last one, and then I'm going to pop through the other levels fairly quickly. So 1, right, the same thing. They're not honoring our communication expectations, which I'll talk about in 1 sec. 2, they're inconsistently honoring the communication expectations. So everyone is left wondering if they're going to come through or not, which is a huge waste of energy. 3 is adequate. They need to really work on consistently following up and communicating without reminders, because especially in the pandemic where we are not near each other, working remotely, communication is everything. Number 4, very good, owning, honoring communication expectations. 5, ready to be expanded. Let's talk about communication expectations for a sec. I actually learned about these from when we were exploring some work with LinkedIn. And think about the subject line in an email. And this is a preface to the subject line. And it tells the person when they see the pile of email coming in, what the priority is of the email that they're about to read, okay? That way, if it's a lower priority and they're having a busy day, they can deal with it later. So think of it this way, and you'll see the attached, be sure to download the attached leadership levels document. But urgent, right? Got to be done now, really important, urgent dash, whatever the content is, you better follow it up with a text and a phone call, right? Because people aren't going to catch urgent emails necessarily. High, must be done by close of business. Due, with the due date. Medium, at our firm, that means do it within 3 days. Low, that means do it within a week. Low times whatever number, low times 3, do within 3 weeks. Info, hey, this is just an informational message, read it or not, or read it whenever you get to it. So you'll see the example. So you might want to say hi dash need sales numbers for Western region today, right? That's an example. So think about it. If a person's at leadership level 5 and they have a 4 in planning, a 3 in accountability, a 4 in quality, a 3 in communication, average that out, they're at a 3.5. They need to really work on getting to a 4+, or they really aren't in leadership level 5. Let's do 6 real quick. At level 6, once they've mastered 5, this leader effectively, consistently leads, cultivates others. The leader is intentionally, demonstrably growing others into new levels of leadership. That is a person to really take care of. Level 7, this leader's influence is much higher, broader than level 6, right? Which enables them to lead inside and outside of the company. right? Where they have that, where they have less of the experience of same as with outsiders, right? They've got to be better at rapport. And you can look at our videos on rapport and our resources on rapport. Level 8, this leader understands and practices more sophisticated degrees of strategy. They maybe apply Porter's 5 forces, for example, SWOT, etc. Level 9, this leader demonstrates high, consistent level of self-awareness. They call out where they need to grow. They use themselves as an example to mentor others. They are fearless in their commitment to personal and professional development. So would leadership levels make sense for your organization? In my experience, yes. Our clients find it really helpful because when you then lay out a new role, you can say this is a leadership level 5 role. You can ask the person on your regular check-ins, what leadership level do you feel you're showing up at, right? And now we have this kind of clear definition, and we can help each other get back on track. So I hope this was helpful. Be sure to subscribe, type in your leadership or culture or whatever questions below, and be sure to download the free resource we're offering you today. Thanks.